So guys, welcome to this video. I'm going for an interview in the daily news, at the FARIBAULT Daily News. I'm going there for an interview, so guys, come with me and let's see how the interview goes. If you are seeing my videos for the first time, consider subscribing and also sharing to your friends. Give it a thumb up if you like it. Thank you, my kings and queens, for really supporting this channel. Let's go.
Where are you from?
I am from Kenya. That's,
Oh.
Yeah, from Kenya.
I was thinking like...
That's all the way from East Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I was thinking like FARIBAULT, Otona.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's typically where my original country.
Okay.
But currently I'm now in FARIBAULT. I used to live in Shakapi.
Okay.
But I moved down to FARIBAULT, so now I'm in FARIBAULT.
Or like, what city in Kenya were you from?
Okay, in Kenya we have got like counties, and we have got 47 counties of them in the whole country. And my county of birth is called Nyamira.
Oh. Can you spell that?
Yeah. Yeah, but I moved to the capital when I was going to college, and I spent my entire time, more than 10 years, in the capital city. That's Nairobi. Yeah, Nairobi is the capital city.
That's the one that I knew.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the one, you know. So that.
When did you like graduate? Do you have like, I don't know if it's like primary and secondary school, or is it high school and middle school?
Exactly. Like almost like here, we have kindergarten. Then from kindergarten we go to primary. Primary starts from grade 1 to grade 8 back in the days, but right now the system has already changed. They have changed the system. Now we have grade 1 to grade 6, and then junior high school. That is from grade 7 and 8, and then you go now to the high school from 10th grade, 9th grade to 12th grade. Yeah.
Whenever you went to school, was it primary or junior high and high school?
It was primary.
Primary.
Yeah, it was primary in the 90s.
And that was in Nyamira? Is that how you say it?
Pardon? Yeah, Nyamira.
Nyamira.
Yeah, in Nyamira County.
What was that school called?
My primary school was called Gesima Primary. Gesima Primary.
Can you spell it?
Gesima Primary School. Yeah.
And then what was your secondary school?
In the secondary school, I went to 2 secondary schools. My first secondary school was Eronge Secondary, ERONGE Secondary. Then my secondary school, my second one was Omoyo, OMOYO Secondary School. But sometimes I feel like saying that Omoyo Secondary School, kind of like when I tell it to my people like in my county, they're like, oh, really? Because right now it's a girls' school right now. They changed it to a girls' school. So right now it's a girls' school. So when you tell people like in my county, I went to Omoyo, oh, really? Yeah, but those who are older.
And I had a lot of women.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And where did you go to college?
Okay. After that, I went to college in St. Mark's. St. Mark's.
St. Max?
Mark's, yeah.
Like that?
Teachers Training College.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a trained teacher.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Did you always want to do that?
Yeah. I did that for quite a while. I've really loved doing that. Yeah.
What did you teach?
Language. I teach language, and the language in our country is I was teaching Swahili. So Swahili is a language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Swahili is a very common language that is used by almost 10 to 15 countries in the Eastern Africa region. That language is actually the most popular in the Eastern region of
Swahili.
East Africa, Swahili, and it's coming up and it's spreading almost at different regions of Africa.
Oh, like what?
Like the Southern Africa, South Africa. I heard the other day like South Africa wanted to introduce it to their schools. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So like I can teach you like the greetings.
How do you say like just hello?
Hello, you say habari.
Habari.
Or there is a common one they use jambo.
Jambo?
Yeah, jambo, and then we say jambo sana.
Jambo, and then the response is jambo sana.
Jambo sana, yeah. Yeah, that's that.
And so, what was primary school like? Primary and secondary school, I guess. Just growing up in Nyamira.
Nyamira. Yeah, it was good growing up in Nyamira. Actually, I can say like my primary education was was awesome, and back in those days we didn't have a lot of push, because you go to school and you had a self push on performance. So, and we had a lot of like freedom, though it was kind of the teachers. We feared teachers so much because back in those days we used to have what we know as corporal punishment. So if you you really mess around, you can be given 6 strokes of a cane from your behind, and then you're like, so whenever you committing some crime or some mischievous actions in school, you have in mind like, if I'm caught, I'm gonna get it rough. So it was good growing up in my primary school, and actually it was different because we used to go to school barefooted. We wore no shoes because of the setting then. Not everyone could afford the shoes to go to school. So what the teachers did, they put it at leveling ground to everybody. So whether you have or you don't, everyone should be like, come to school like that. And we used to have it. And we used to walk like 2-3 miles to school. Yeah, walking. And remember, and actually that trained us to be hard. Because walking in the morning, sometimes we used to have like morning preps. You should be in class maybe by 5 a.m.
Man, I could barely get here by 10.
Yeah, I know. So we were like, to get to school now, like if you were late, you have to go your bag at the back and running. Maybe that's why you see most of marathon runners from my country, because of the hard life and all that stuff. And lunch, there was no lunch in school. You're still going, you have 1 hour, 15 minutes, you go back home, take your lunch, and then come back. By 2, you are in class.
And what time did you leave?
We used to leave at 3:45. That is 3:45 p.m.
Oh, no. Like, what time did you leave for lunch?
12:45. So 12:45, you have 15 minutes to 1, then 1 to 2. By 2, you are in class. If you fail, by 2, the gate is closed, and the maybe the teacher on duty is there waiting for you. So all of you that are coming late, down. You get it. And also sometimes we used to bring some other materials to continue building the school, like the fencing materials. We used to we assemb like some branches, like 5 branches of maybe some trees and all that. You have to carry them with you all those 3 miles coming to school. Yeah, so
they put you to work.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly. Actually the setting there was like there were no workers in the school. Basically, all the work was done by the pupils with the supervision of teachers. We wipe, mop our classes, the floors, sweep, and everything every other day before we leave for home. Yeah, and on Fridays we used to sweep the whole compound before the weekend, make sure the whole compound is speed and span clean. Yeah.
Do you feel like that taught you, like, or what do you feel like that taught you? Just growing up, taking care of the school, basically, being put to work as a student.
Yeah, I mean, we used to feel good we used to feel good because sometimes when you're given that, we used to see it like a responsibility, and it really gave us good morals. I mean, when we were growing up, we were like, you have to be responsible to make sure the area around you and everything is taken care of by yourself. So it really gave us some teachings. Yeah, I can say so.
Looking back on it, do you feel like it was a little weird to be put to work as a student, or do you appreciate the time?
Okay, what I look at it right now, as life is moved, I think I see like it was sometimes weird, but when I look at it logically, with the resources and everything that was there, it was meant to be like that. But right now, like now, I cannot say like the kids who are bringing up right now can't do the same. I mean, it will be like to them, and it will be like a torture and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you graduated from secondary, or why did you go to two? You just moved, or?
Pardon?
Two secondary schools?
Oh, yeah. What happens is that my first secondary school, that's where I went after I performed well from the primary school. So I was admitted there. But my
it was like an honor school?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my parents kind of got short of funds because in my country we pay for school fees. Even from high school you pay. And it's really a lot of money sometimes. Unlike, here, the schools, I mean, high school and primary and all that is taken care of by the government. So then my parents were not able actually to raise the money needed. So I had to move to that secondary school that was near my home. The other one was outside my county, so near my home, so that they can be able to get the little they get, because now this was a day school. I could go and come back in the evening, so it was cheaper and it was near my school. But also I also say like maybe my parents want to have a close supervision on me. Being a teenager, again also there are those other things involved. So maybe they wanted me to be close to them and they monitor me. Yeah.
That is interesting. I didn't know that you had to pay for it. Primary school too, or just secondary?
Secondary, but we also have primary that is private. When you go to private primary, that one you pay for it dearly. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But the public, everything is taken care of by the government, especially the tuition part of it. And plus maybe sometimes exams fee, little fees to run the school.
And then you graduated. Did you know that you wanted to be a teacher? I know you said you always wanted to do it, but like...
Not really. Because actually, when I was growing up, my entire dream was to be a doctor. And that's what I wanted to be. So when I graduated from my high school, so I made an application. And my dad came one evening and told me, hey, since this application is delaying, why can't you make this other application to the teaching school and see which one comes first? But I told him, no, I want to go. No, if the other one comes, I mean, you don't have to go this one. And this one is not a must. Let's just try. So, fortunately or unfortunately, the teaching came first. And then he told me, now, man, you got an admission letter to this college. Why can't you go? And so I tried to be, no, nobody said. And then I looked at it, okay, fine, let me go. But when I went there, I started liking it.
How many years did you study there?
I went 2 years.
2?
Yeah, 2 full years. And yeah.
Here it takes 4, just so they can make more money out of you, honestly.
Sure, yeah. Actually, because if you look at that, whatever you're doing there, well squeezed, it can run for a very short period of time. Because you look at the semesters that you have and the content and all that, if it is all compressed like continuously, you can't spend all those years in maybe in college or sometimes look at it.
And then after you graduate there, did you go back home to teach or?
No, actually, the only time I went back home to teach was during my college time. When I was in college, or during holidays, I could go home and sometimes teach in my local school, just for fun, free, and yeah.
Like student teaching, kind of. Just getting experience, basically.
Getting experience, yeah, right.
Where did you teach, like, permanently?
So permanently in the capital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I taught in three schools. So my first school was known as Kingstar Academy. The Kingstar Academy.
Kingstar?
Yeah, Kingstar Academy.
Like that?
Yeah, an academy. Yeah, my second one was KBA school. KBA. That's A. KBA. Yeah, school. Then my third one was Saint St.
Oh.
Yeah, Scholastica. Catholic school. Yeah.
Did you grow up Catholic?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I grew up Seventh Day Adventist. That's SDA. I go to church on Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's I was brought up by an SDA family. My dad and my mom were devoted church leaders in the church and all that stuff. So that's
what
where
was
I
it
grew
called?
up. SDA.
SDA?
Yeah, a Seventh Day Adventist.
Oh.
S for seventh, then D for day, then A for Adventist. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. What is it? Is it just like a sect of Christianity, or?
Yeah. It's a sect of Christianity. So like we have the Christian, we have the Pentecostals, we have the Catholic, we have the Seventh Day, we have the Methodist, and all that stuff. So that's one of them. Because I have there's one here in Faribault, just towards Willow Street. Yeah, there's a side.
Maybe I'm just out of the loop.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how was Kingstar Academy?
Kingstar Academy was a small school, and being new from college, so this school, this was a school I went. It was my first school I was introduced to. Actually, when I went to live in the capital, I lived with my uncle. That's the brother of my mama. So and his kids who are going to this school, it was close to his home. So he told me, now, why can't you go to this school and maybe talk to the principal or talk to the manager? Maybe they can give you a job. Fortunately, I went there. The first time I went there, they said, oh yeah, we need a teacher. And I was like, oh, okay. They gave me 3 days. They report after 3 days. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. So, and that's where I started my first, my teaching career. And though it wasn't that paying then, because it was a small school growing up, so it was little. The little money I was getting, like very little, how can I call it, like per month I used to get like in dollars I think it can be like let's say that $40 in a month. It's like $40 in a month.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
was that typical, or like how did that?
That was the start, because I mean they were very low, and then they said like, this is what I give you for now. Sorry. And then I said, oh. So I had no experience about that stuff. And I said, okay, let me start from that. And
How much would like groceries normally cost?
Yeah, okay, that might not last for me for long, but it could pay my single room rent house. So I rented a single room that I could pay close to half of that. And then the rest, now I was to be able to make sure I budget well, the groceries and all that stuff and everything. And but the good thing is that I wasn't using any transport. My mode of transport was just walking to this school. It was close, so I could walk every morning, walk back home. So it wasn't that expensive. And then I had like no weekend out, nothing. I have to stay in because if I get out there, I'm gonna spend. So I have to play it cool. So yeah, that's how it was better. When I was in that school, I was also very good in sports and in also teaching. So we had to take the kids out to the competitions and all that stuff. Then out there we could interact with other teachers. So one day, my kids used to shine. So then I was like, oh, my principal, or rather my manager, raised some my salary a little bit, and out there, so I got this, like now this second school, KBA school, I got a call. Hey, can you come? Let's talk. I was like, oh, okay.
Because they knew you were a good coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then when I went there, I found one of the teachers I used to know, who we used to meet out there in the competitions and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is the guy I was talking about. And I was, oh, okay. So after talking to them, then they said like, we want to hire you. How much do you want? And I was like, oh, okay. So then I said, how much are you getting over there? I'm getting this. How about we pay you like 5 times what you're getting there? And I was like, wow, really? Yeah, I'm here at your service. Yeah. And,
what did you coach? Like what sports?
Okay, I did soccer.
Did they call it soccer or did they call it football?
No, others can say football, others can say soccer.
Oh,
Both are allowed there. Yeah. So and also in athletics too. Yeah. So that's why I used to do. And my also teaching, my Swahili teaching was also performing very well. So, yeah, so they hired me there and then they gave me the 8th grade. That's the examination class.
Eighth grade. I thought you said 8
good.
grand.
Yeah, 8th grade. So it's a final class in that institution. So they gave me that class and they told me, now, I want you to teach this class. Oh, okay.
What were you teaching before?
Before, I was teaching the 7th and 6th grade.
Okay.
And I was performing well. And when I go to this school, they keep telling me like, you can do this. And they give me a co-teacher, and we taught together. And that year, we really performed very well. Yeah.
Was it a lot bigger, KBA?
KBA.
Was it like?
Yeah, it was a lot bigger. It was a big school. That was the talk of the town in that area. Yeah, everyone will, let's say, like, let my kid go to that school because performance and everything, it was top notch. Yeah, it was a big school.
And it's in Nairobi?
Yeah, it's in Nairobi. In Nairobi, we have different regions. That is sub-counties now. Nairobi is a county, capital county, but we have the sub-counties now. So it was in one of sub-counties.
It's like New York with Queens.
Exactly. Buffalo and all those stuff now. Like, yeah. So then the same thing again happens with my 3rd school again. Yeah. So
how long did you teach at Kingstar?
Kingstar, I thought like around 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
That's not very long at all. Like before you get noticed. That's
exactly, yeah. For 3 years. And so KB I taught for 2 years. Then I went to this St. Scholastica. So in KBA we also started poetry. So that is and we went for competitions. We won 1 year. The final year that I left that school, we won 16 trophies from the nationals. So national trophies in the national competitions, poetry. we were the best, and we were even our team was taken to State House. State House is like White House. Yeah, so to perform to the president and his people. Yeah, so we were really honored to that. So that also made my name again to be known out there. Then now the other school, I also got a phone call there again from this school also. And they said, "Oh, come here. We're also going to give you 3 times what you're getting." Okay, yeah. So that's how I progressed.
Did you write any of the poems that, or was it the kids?
No, I used to write poems, and then train kids on how to recite the poems.
Oh, okay.
And all that stuff, choreograph it and everything. Yeah.
So it was actually like your poetry being read to the president?
Exactly.
And so you started at St. Scholastica. Is that a private school?
That's a private school.
Okay.
All those 3 are private schools. I never taught a government school.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you weren't Catholic?
Yeah, I wasn't a Catholic.
So did they know? Or like?
Yeah, when I went for the interview, I told them this because they look at that. Then now sometimes they were in a desperate maybe a moment that they need this teacher. Then I'm like, okay, so I'm not Catholic, but I'll work in your institution, but this is my religion. And so they say like, okay, as long as your religion can't interfere with our religion and everything, then we're good. Actually, you come here, you do your the teaching and everything, but not the religion part. So I was not going to be given any responsibility that goes to the religion part of it.
And how long did you teach at St. Scholastica?
I think like around 4 or 5 years.
And whenever you left there, where did you go from that?
Well, I came to the States, United States, yeah.
What made you choose to do that?
Okay, what happens is that when you come you go outside Africa or outside your country, we always say you're looking for better life, greener pastures, and because of the job opportunities and the value of the money and all that. So the dollar is more valuable than the shilling that we use back in our country.
Big deal.
Exactly, yeah.
And so, was there an airport in Nairobi?
Yeah, we have the JKIA, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Yeah, actually right now they have even a direct flight to JF Kennedy in New York.
And that's where you flew in?
Yeah.
And whenever you... Let's turn this on. So whenever you got to New York, what happened from there? So you came straight to Minneapolis?
Yeah. Because I had a friend. There's a friend that I really think that guy is called Godfrey Severio. Godfrey Severio. Yeah, Severio. Yeah. So that's the guy who made me come to Minnesota.
How did you know him?
I knew him through my brother-in-law. Yeah, I knew him through my brother-in-law that they went together to high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he introduced me to him. Yeah.
Does your brother-in-law live here, or did Godfrey move here?
Yeah, Godfrey moved here.
Okay.
My brother-in-law lives in Kenya.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And did you stay in Minneapolis for long, or?
Okay, when we came to Minneapolis, he was living in Montgomery.
Oh.
Yeah, he was living in Montgomery, so that's where we stayed. Yeah.
And what year was that? That was 4 years
Yeah,
ago?
that's 4 years. That's 2019.
Okay. What was kind of getting started in America like?
Getting started in America is tough, especially when you are new. It's not easy
Did you speak a lot of English?
Yeah, The good thing is that we also study English as a lesson, one of the subjects in schools, from primary, secondary, and even in college. Starting in America, like you said, is not easy because like you have to get some resources for you to be able now to start living by yourself. It's not that easy like people may think.
Yeah. How long did that take for you to get your own place?
It took me close to 6 months.
That doesn't seem very long at all, actually.
Yeah. And I actually had a support of this guy. Yeah, he had to support me, very well until I got my own place.
He paid for it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He used even to offer me transportation. I mean, take me place to place with through his car and everything. Yeah, because I didn't have one of my own. Yeah.
And so, then what did you do like during COVID?
I stayed home. I stayed at home. I can say I stayed at home for quite a long time. Yeah. Because you couldn't move. I was scared. Everyone was scared and all that stuff. You can't get out there and all that. Yeah.
And you had your own place in Montgomery, or was it in Northfield?
It was in Northfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that about whenever you picked up the camera?
Later, yeah. And then I said, no, let me, pick the camera. Yeah.
Like during COVID, or?
Actually, it was almost to the end of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what made you first start filming?
Well, I was like, okay, I have adventure. I have that spirit of being an adventure. So then I said like, when I used to watch like YouTube videos and all that stuff, and I could see like people are doing some documentary, and there's a guy that I cannot remember the name, but I think he's from Hollywood or California, who does the filming, and it talks about celebrities, homes, and all those stuff. So one day when I looked at this famous country music singer called the late, the one who sang the Gambler song. So when I looked at the way he presented that video, his building, that's an apartment. It's normal, nobody's living there. It's just a very huge building, and nobody's living there. And he was featuring it, and the way he was explaining it, I said like, wow, this looks pretty good. Then I said like, let me get into this, and then I started doing that, and then I said like.
The guy filming like on YouTube was a country music singer?
No, he's just a
or he was like on
a YouTuber,
the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just a YouTuber who does that, different homes, abandoned homes. And
okay.
Maybe you've seen that. Yeah.
So he like goes into the abandoned homes, and that home was one country music singer. Okay, I see. And so,
Ken Rogers. That was the name, Ken Rogers.
Yeah. And so, what was your first like time picking up the camera? Like, what did you do? Was it awkward?
Yeah, because it is talking to yourself. That's the awkward thing about it, because you just imagine you have an audience that you are talking to. That is imaginary. So it was awkward, but I had done a study on how maybe you can do this, the confidence in front of a camera and all that stuff. And then I said like, okay, I can do it. But the first videos I did, I could do a video and then see like, no, it's not good, and then I delete, and then all that stuff until I got So the first video I did was There's a clip I did, a small clip in a restaurant, and it was like comic like. So then I was, oh, it was good. Then later I did another video that I was talking to people, just giving like an advice and all that stuff, talking to maybe young generation and all that thing. Yeah.
Talking like to the camera or talking to like someone and filming it?
Filming just to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when did you like, were you getting, I guess, views basically like right away, or was it?
No, you don't get it right away because nobody knows you. So you can post, and then you are like, oh, you go after even maybe 1 hour, you go check, and you see like nobody else releasing this, and you're like, oh, am I gonna stop doing this thing or what? So then you have to maybe be consistent and all that. Yeah, then with time, yeah, get used to it.
Do you remember like the first video that started like picking up, or where you first noticed like, hey, some people are actually like watching this?
Yeah, because I remember there's a video I posted, and then within maybe 10 minutes, within 1 hour, it was over 100 views, and then I was like, oh, so there are people now who have started noticing this, and I was like, okay, yeah.
What was the video?
Shopping in a market or something like that, I think, yeah.
So a lot of your videos are just like basically just walking around the city?
Yeah, walking around the city,
talking to people
and all that, yeah.
So what made you move to Faribault?
Okay, I said Faribault, when I looked at the cities around, and then I was like, Faribault is a quiet city. It's a city that it has doesn't have a lot of commotion, no noise and all that stuff. It's really tranquil here. And
when did you start feeling, I guess, comfortable behind the camera, or was it? I mean, you said it was awkward at first.
Yeah.
But at what point was it like, okay, this is easy?
Yeah, I did a couple of videos like after a few months. Then I have got encouraged by one of my friends who could sometimes come and stand behind the camera and then tell me, now, assuming now you are addressing me and all that stuff, now how will you behave? Like, don't now be seeing like you have nobody you're talking to, now talk to me. And I was like, okay, yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
Oh yeah, so I've what I did is from the first, I can say I did filming and then stopped, but basically now I can say like from last year to now, I've done, now like I can say I've done basically a lot of filming.
Like for a year?
Yeah, basically, yeah, for a year now.
And when did you start like doing the kind of interview stuff? Like,
the kind of interview stuff, I think I started doing it in last year. That's one last year. I think November.
Oh, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah, it's November. That's when I started now talking to one-on-one, like business people. Yeah, and that stuff. Yeah.
And how do you like go about doing that? You just kind of walk in and you're like, hey, I make YouTube videos and would like to talk to you.
Exactly. So sometimes it's very hard, but I say I walk in and then I introduce myself, and then I say, this is what I do, and I would like to do this with you. Are you okay? Are you comfortable? Most people say no. Most people say no. No, I don't want to be in front of a camera. No. And then I said, okay, no problem. Some people will tell you, okay, give me leave your number. I'll get back to you, and they will never get back to you because that's simply a way of telling you no.
Oh, I have no idea what that's
no.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah. So I just walk in and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the first interview that you did? Do you remember?
The first interview I did, yeah, I think the first interview of one-on-one I did with this a Somali lady in the downtown shop, one of the shops downtown here.
A clothing store?
Yeah, clothing store. There's a clothing store. And then the second one I did in a Medina restaurant. That's like just downtown, down there, yeah.
And they were just open to talking, and
Yeah, those ones were open. And the moment I told them, actually, I just walked in, then I talked to them, and then they were like, okay, give me a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it goes, yeah.
And so, what is your most popular videos like? Which one has the most views?
I think there is a video I did with senior care. That's FARIBAULT senior living.
Okay.
It's a senior living, FARIBAULT senior living. It was received very well, so it has really. That's the one I think that is really.
And what do you think it is about that video that like is popular?
I think most people didn't know how it happens with the seniors living, and sometimes I also came to learn that the topic you give to your video also attracts people.
And how often do you film videos and like upload them? Like once a week or every day? Or
I like doing it after every 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and at most it goes 2 days. After every 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you make money from it?
I'm yet to, but I really want to invest in it. Yeah.
But you want to do this full time?
Yeah.
Like eventually. What is the ultimate goal? Like, would you travel while you do it, or would you move to LA while you do it, or what is like the vision?
Travel and make videos. Just traveling, moving place to place, LA, Nevada, all those areas, Miami, New York. Yeah, and make
Just kind of, would you like have a permanent house, or would you just like live here for a month, live here for a month, live here for a month?
That's what I would like to, yeah.
Like, are you just kind of like waiting for more people to start watching, or?
Yeah.
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 So what is your next kind of goal that you're working toward? Are you trying to get like consistently get this many views, or try to partner with other people who do videos? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I also want people to actually learn about areas that they have never been to, and they can have it at their living room. Yeah, because you don't have to travel to a very long distance, so I can bring it to your living room, and you see this what happens in this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a traveling vlogger.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I guess what kind of is the main thing that you've taken away, or like the main difference between growing up in Kenya and then like coming here and spending 4 years here? I mean, it's not been that long, but
yeah. Okay, I can say like there is a big difference, especially in social areas, like back in Africa, like in America, everybody's on the move. Everybody's busy doing his work. Here, work, home, here, home. But back in Africa, we can have like Monday to Friday, you can work. Then the whole weekend, you can have it, having fun with friends, moving places, social gatherings, very many of them. And there is now like like here you have, if you do that, you're gonna see like how the bills, am I gonna get my bills settled? So back there you can see like it's a bit cheaper. Life there is a bit cheaper, and people are like, okay, this is how we live. So that I have seen that big difference. Like here you are like on your toes all the time, unlike back in Africa.
It's like more relaxed there.
Yeah, there is more relaxed than here.
Do you go out like on the weekends a lot, or are you just staying in? Or
Sometimes, but not always. Sometimes we meet with friends. Yeah, like especially summer is the best. Like we do barbecue with friends. Yeah, and having fun. Yeah.
Actually, did it snow in Kenya?
Never. Actually,
what was
nowhere
that
in
like?
Africa.
What was that like coming here? I mean, I can't even imagine the difference.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I was like, what? I'm gonna stay in the house all this long? And I was like, oh no, how is it gonna be like? And then I said like, okay, I'll get used to it. Because back at home, there was nothing like snow. I could see snow from a distance that is on top of a mountain, the highest mountain we have there. So you can see snow at the top, but it is never ever snow down here that we have snow. No. Well, the only thing we have is rain. Long rains, heavy rains, but never snow.
And so, do you feel like you got used to it?
At first I was like, how? It's not possible. The cold and all that stuff. No, I'm used to going out in a shirt, walking around, but I had to know like now I have to be wearing a couple of jackets and all that stuff. But after a while I said like, that's how it is. That's how people live. And if the people here are living, why not me? Yeah.
Shoot, I had another question. I forgot. What is the best like, or I guess not the best performing video, but just your favorite experience while filming a video?
Like when I'm filming and then I have like maybe people around that are excited while I'm filming. Like I remember when I went filming at the Burnsville snow, whatever that place where they slide, snow skating, that area. It was good filming there because everyone like, hi. Everyone wants to come to the camera and so it's fun. It's fun. Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So is that your favorite video that you've done, or?
I think that is one of the favorite I've done. And also the another video is that when I have like an interview and I get a very good welcome and somebody wants to like to give you every information that you need. Like I remember the cats thing I did, the video that you were told about. So yeah, so the rescue center and all that stuff. That lady was awesome. I mean, she gave me a lot of information. She was really like, yeah, this is what we do. We do this. Very excited. I mean, doing that, and I was like, oh wow, it feels good. Also, when you get somebody who's very ready to give you everything that you want to know about. Yeah.
I saw that you went to the FARIBAULT Farms. What was that like?
Yeah, that one was. I had never seen such a.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, wild. I mean, maybe I've seen 2-3 cats walking around, but I've never seen a multitude. I mean, hundreds of cats in a building. I was so like, what? And then I said, oh, let's get in here and see what is really happening here. And then I was like, wow. Yeah, that one was also another something that surprising that I had never seen in my life.
Do you have like a dream place that you want to go to? Like, what would be your video that's like next level? Like, this is what you want to do for this like crazy awesome high budget video? Is there like a specific place or event?
Yeah, like Hollywood place. There's also the
Oh, like in Central America.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That would be really cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we covered it all.
Oh, yeah.
What else is there? Anything that I didn't ask about or that you wanted to mention?
I think appreciate your invite.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I appreciate your invite. It is nice. It was nice having a conversation with you. Really enjoyed the conversation. And
Me too.
yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah, and I'm happy to be here at the FARIBAULT News Daily News Center. Yeah.
Well, happy to have you.
Thank
Do you want to go outside and get pictures? Pretend like you're
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, that's how it was. We have had a nice conversation with this guy right here, and the conversation was so good. The interview went on well, and you can watch and share it to your friends. They will love it too. So guys, thank you, and I appreciate your support. So continue supporting my channel. So guys, continue subscribing and continue liking and sharing. Kings and queens, you are the best. Thank you.